Okay, ladies and gents, talking about becoming homeless is 7.2F. Okay, let's make a start on it. The first one here. Then I get dressed myself. So then, dann. I get dressed myself. So sich anziehen. So you got sich, and then you got anziehen to get dressed. Okay, so it's a reflexive verb, but it's also a separable verb. So it's quite a bit of a whatever. So we need to have inversion though, so the verb comes before the subject I. So here we go. Let's deal with this first of all. So you go ziehe ich. So you got ziehe ich, and then you got mich. So ziehe ich mich. So ziehe mich wie das. I'll try and get rid of the underline over here, and then an over here. So within that first clause here, dann ziehe ich mich an. Wake up my siblings. So I'll wake up my siblings. So wecke. Okay, awake if you like. Meine Geschwister. So you got Geschwister wie das, meine Damen und Herren. And we wash. So in German, because it's reflexive. Okay, what you can't just do. We'll just do waschen first of all. When you translate us. Okay, we don't have it as such in English. So wir waschen uns. What do we say? We wash ourselves. We wash. We can drop it, but we can't in German. Okay, that's the point I'm trying to make. Und. Now we brush our teeth. So putzen. So putzen. Now wir putzen uns die Zähne is what Germans literally say. So we would say we brush our teeth. Yeah. So the Germans say wir putzen uns, ourselves, us. So let's just get rid of that. Let's just put this. Don't want that to happen. Hang on. The whole thing rather. So uns. Wir putzen uns. And then the teeth. Die Zähne. Okay. Literally, if you can say literally like that, we polish ourselves the teeth. If you want to look at it that way. Wir putzen uns die Zähne. Okay. Right, so that's that one there, ladies and gents. Have a good look at it. Moving on to number 2. So, my mother died. So, meine Mutter. Now, sterben is to die. So, sterben is the verb to die. And it takes sein, alright? Now, the past participle of it is gestorben. So, you need to also change the vowel O to an E from sterben to gestorben. So, therefore, because it takes sein, you're going to have ist instead. So, ist gestorben. Because it's past participle, okay, we're going to have to move it in a minute to the end of that clause. So, or the end of the sentence. Now, 3 years ago, we used this structure vor 3 Jahren. So, vor 3 Jahren. So, 3 years ago. So, that gestorben is still going to go to the end. We'll deal with that in a minute. So this next bit, literally at the birth of my little brother, okay, when my little brother was born in good English, I've put that up here. So, meine Mutter ist vor 3 Jahren, 3 years ago, at the birth of my little brother. So we'll work from this up here, yeah. So literally bei der Geburt, like Geburt is birth. So bei der Geburt of my little brother. So you got minus, now of my, it's masculine, because it's talking about brother, so it's minus. So minus kleinen. So minus kleinen, and then brother is Brüders, with an S on the end, okay, for genitive, if it's masculine or neuter. So that is what we end up with there. So let's just get rid of, if I can call it, the debris part, okay, just to put the whole sentence together. Let's just get rid of this as well. Okay, there we have it. And then we need to move the gestorben bit to the end of the sentence, like so here. So meine Mutter ist gestorben, my mum died. So you have that as the outer casing, if you want to term it that way. Vor 3 Jahren, 3 years ago, bei der Geburt, by the birth, meines kleinen Bruders, of my small brother. So childbirth, essentially. Right, so we have that as number 2 and then number 3. So number 3, ladies and gents. Okay, aufwachen is to wake up. It's a separable verb. I've got it down in the main point as well. So here we go. Let's just get this worked out. So, ich wache auf. Okay, remember that needs to move in a minute. Early is früh. So, ich wache auf. So you got früh. Okay, now it works within that clause there. The auf isn't going to bounce right to the end of the sentence here. You just got to put it at the end of the clause. So here we go. So let's just move that now to the end of that clause. So ich wache früh auf. I'll wake up early. So when it's still dark. So when or whenever it's still dark. So wenn. Now it is es ist. Now we do have a wenn situation, so we're going to have to move that first verb. So noch dunkel means still dark. So that needs to then go to the end of this particular clause. So find the comma or the and put it in there. Okay. Und. So und. I don't know why it does that. Okay, I'm not happy about doing that. So und. It's very annoying why it does that. Right, a male, a mole, sorghum. So sorghum. See, that's another example where I don't want it. I want it to stay into the same kind of font. It's just very annoying. So für is für. So für das Frühstück. So Frühstück, meine Damen und Herren, for the breakfast. Okay, so you got früh, and then you got Stück, Frühstück, meine Damen und Herren, yeah? Ich wache früh auf, wake up early, wenn es noch dunkel ist, when it's still dark, male, mol, sorgen für das Frühstück. Okay, right, so that is number 3, ladies and gents. Moving on to number 4, let's have a look at it. So then or after that is this word danach. Danach. Okay, so it's a time phrase. I go has to be an inversion. In case of an inversion, I don't want that. I don't know why. Why does it do that when I specifically? You saw that I wasn't asking for that, didn't you? Right. So danach. It'd be great if it did that for some German words to sort of amplify. That would be fantastic. So danach gehe ich. Now to the watering hole is zur Wasserstelle. So you got Wasserstelle, the place of water, basically. That should be a capital W. It's a noun. So Wasserstelle, wie das, with my, mit, meinen. Now it should be meinem. It's coming as dative preposition because you're referring to a masculine or neuter noun, so it has to be em on the end. So 20 Liter ist das hier, meine Damen und Herren, and a water can is a Wasserkanister. So here we are. Wasserkanister. Das ist Nummer 4, meine Damen und Herren. Pardon me. Number 5. I have to get firewood 2 or 3 times a week. So 2 or 3 times a week, I have to get firewood is a better way of putting this sentence together. So 2 or 3 times. Let's start off with that and put that at the beginning of the sentence. So zwei, Mensch. Noch einmal, zwei. Get there in a minute. Oder dreimal. And another mistake. Dreimal. A week, in der Woche or pro Woche. We've got in der Woche here. So in der Woche, meine Damen und Herren. So 2 oder 3 in der Woche. So let's put this all at the beginning of the sentence. It's not done that before, has it? Right. Right, ladies and gents, we've got technical problems because I don't want it to do that. So, what I'm going to do, first of all, right, now I'm going to deal with it from this angle, and then we'll swap them all over, yeah? So I have to get firewood. So I have to is ich muss. Now it's going to go after this time phrase, so it's going to become muss ich. I'm going to emphasize that by putting 3 dots, the fact that this lot here is going to go over there, yeah? Got it. Now to get firewood. Now holen is to get or to fetch, and firewood is Feuerholz. Jawohl! So that will actually end up at the end of the sentence. Now let's see if my trick works or not. Okay, see if this plan of mine will work. Right. Yes! You see that? Magic. Right, now, as I said before, second verb. So you've got modal verb there, second verb there, second verb there, dictionary infinitive form. As you know, it needs to end up over here at the end of the sentence. So, 2 oder 3 Mal in der Woche, 2 or 3 times in the week, muss ich, I have to, Feuerholz holen, fetch firewood. Right, ladies and gents, have a good look at that, and we'll move on to number 6. So, when I go out in the morning, so, right, so wenn ich, now to go out, losgehen. So losgehen, I've got quite a bit of an explanation down in the main point down here. If you want to look at it in more detail, freeze it at some point, have a look. So wenn ich, so it's losgehen here, ladies and gents. So in the morning is morgens. So morgens is in the morning, yeah? So, now, normally these will separate. So obviously if you were saying I go out in the morning, it would be ich gehe morgens los. Los at the end, yeah? But because you've got then, these two parts here will stay together over here, in effect, alright? So it's going to be like this. So losgehe. Okay, they will not separate under these particular circumstances. Alright, so wenn ich morgens losgehe, verb backing onto verb, so here we go. I will not be back before the evening. An example again of German not or using present tense to express a future idea. So, come I not back, literally. So, wiederkommen, let's come back. Let's just type this out here. So, wiederkommen, this is the verb structure that we're using in this second part over here. So the first bit here is going to be komme ich. Come I, literally. So komme ich. And then wieder is going to be at the end. Let's just put wieder here first of all. And then cut it and just show that we then move it to the end like so. So komme ich wieder, and then we need to deal with all this other stuff. So be back, which is come again. We don't need any of that. We just explained all that. Let's get rid of it. So not. So komme ich nicht. So komme ich nicht before the evening. So before is vor, and then the evening is dem Abend. Vor dem Abend, wie das. So wenn ich morgens losgehe, when I go out in the morning, komme ich nicht, literally come I not, vor dem Abend, before the evening, wieder back. Good English, I will not be back before the evening. Okay, so have a good look at that phrase there, ladies and gents. Here's one I did earlier, just checking against that, and so on. Dazu, extra stuff. Das ist weit, that is far. Das kannst du dir nicht vorstellen. You can't imagine that. So, okay, so dir vorstellen means to imagine. You can't even begin to imagine that. That can you to yourself not imagine, literally, word for word. Zum Spielen, for playing, or regards to the activity of playing, habe ich keine Zeit. Have I no time? I don't have time for playing. Okay, so it's life and third world, dritte Welt, yeah. Wir mussten, we had to, aus unserem Dorf fliehen. We had to flee out of our village, from our village. Okay, had to. Fliehen, flee. Es gab, there was, keine, or there were, keine Gesundheitsstation, there was no health station in unserem Dorf, in our village, or no sort of clinic, I presume. That sort of thing, basically, is what that's referring to. Ich weiß nicht, I don't know, wo mein Vater ist, where my father is. Das heißt, that means, it's translated as that means, ich muss mich alles kümmern. I have to worry or care about everything. Okay, I have to sort of worry and care about everything, basically is what that means. Ende. Danke und tschüss. Just a note on activities and the rationale behind making the video. Dankeschön und tschüss.